What's going on, guys? Tristan24 here. Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I've got me reacting to my Premier League table predictions I made midway through the season. We're going to be comparing it to last season's data to see if I've improved or not. So we've got a point system to go through and to see how many I've got spot on, bang on the money. So it should be a really good video, guys. I will also be doing this for the championship as well, as I did make my predictions there as well. We've got a few shockers in here and the championship one as well, but we've got a few bang on the money. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and make sure you hit the notification bell as well, because this summer we have got Euros, of course, and I'll be keeping you up to date with basically all the Euro news, watch-alongs to the games as well. So it's going to be a really entertaining summer for international football, so make sure you subscribe so you do not miss a thing. But without further ado, let's get into the video reacting to my Premier League table predictions for the 2021 season. So starting off at the bottom of the table, I had Sheffield United. Now this season really poor. I think a lot of people expected them to finish bottom last season, of course, but they surprised a lot of people. This season they didn't have they have Aaron Ramsdale, who they bought from Bournemouth, who went down. They didn't have Dean Henderson, and he was superb for them last season, and that's why they finished so highly in 9th. This season, though, they did finish bottom. They are going back down to the championship, and that's where I predicted them. So first one, and I get it spot on, and also the point system I've got going, I haven't explained it yet. So basically, if I predicted Sheffield United to finish 10th, they actually finished 20th, I'd have a 10 points. And your aim, it's like golf, you're aiming for the lowest score possible, and that's how it works basically. So I've got them in 20th, and they finished in 20th, so I get 0 points, so that's really good. So 19th place, I predicted Fulham. Of course they finished 18th. I thought they were okay towards the end of the season. The end of the season they sort of slept off, but through the middle part of the season they always looked like they could survive, and they looked like either Newcastle would slip in, Burnley, Brighton, those sort of teams. But no, they just climbed away from them, and Fulham going straight back down to the championship, unfortunately. I predicted them 19th, they finished 18th, of course, as I've said. So only 1 point in that one, which is still okay, but not spot on. 18th, now this one is sort of one of my worst ones. Well, not the worst, but one of them. I predicted Newcastle to go down in 18th. Of course, in 18th it was actually Fulham and West Brom in 19th. But Newcastle, midway through the season, of course, they had Alan Maximum and Callum Wilson, who got injured. They returned towards the end of the season, and that's when they got the points back on the board. Of course, Willock from Arsenal alone signing, he's been really key to helping them survive Newcastle, and you know, the togetherness, the resilience in that team was really good towards the end of the season, and they ended up finishing 12th, so that is mad for Newcastle. Just shows how tight the bottom of the Premier League was, bottom half. But Newcastle surviving, spend another season. Next season it's key for them to improve and not be sucked into a relegation scrap, because you know, a lot of Newcastle fans were fearing the worst, and yeah, it could have been a totally different story if they didn't have Alan Maximum and Callum Wilson, but they are safe for another season. Just surviving, I had Brighton in 17th. They actually finished 16th, so only 1 place off on this one. Graham Potter, second season in charge. I had a feeling that last season they were going to go down. Thought this season they would just survive. They have just survived, but they finished 16th, not 17th. So it's an okay season for Brighton. They got a few good results, including the one against Man City where they won 3-2. They've been quite a lot of the top 6 teams this season, getting results against them, which has been key to the amount of points they've got. They don't seem to be doing all too good against the teams in and around them, but they can get the points against the as we see them, better sides. So crazy for Brighton, but they have survived another season in the Premier League, and let's see if they can improve next season or if it will go downhill. Hopefully not for them. In 16th, I did have Crystal Palace. They actually finished 14th, so again, 2 places. It's not too much, but it all adds up. Palace, of course, a lot of players out contracting this summer. If you've been watching the prediction videos, I've said it like 20 times or through the 10 videos. Roy Hodgson, of course, now he's gone as well, so it's going to be really interesting this summer to see what Crystal Palace can do. Next season they're going to be without Eze for half of it, I do believe, because he has got an injury and it seems quite long term, so I think he'll be back for about January next year. Any Palace fans, let me know in the comment section down below if I am wrong on that one. It's been an okay season for Crystal Palace. They were sort of safe about a month and a half ago, but then towards the end they sort of dragged a little bit back into it, but never really threatened, because the point difference between Fulham in 18th and Burnley in 17th I think was 11 points, so yeah, bit of a big gap there, but Crystal Palace do survive, which is really good for them. In 15th I had Leeds United, of course newly promoted, not too sure how they're going to do, but the likes of Bamford, Rodrigo, trying to think of Rafinha as well, trying to think of players for Leeds. At the start they had a few really good results, including the 1-1 draw with Man City, and I think next season, you know, they can push on from where they finished in 9th, really go up the table a few spots. So really good season in my opinion for Leeds United. In 14th it was, I predicted Burnley. Of course last season they had a really good season, well not really good, but they finished higher. They finished in 11th last season. They always seem to have a good season followed by a low finish, followed by a high finish. It's one of them for Burnley. They actually finished 17th, but it looks worse than what it actually is. They were 11 points clear in the end, not really threatened. They played some really good stuff at times, but sometimes as well slipping away on the results. And they were midway through the season, threatened by relegation, but they got themselves out of it. Or Sean Dyche, I can't say it. Sean Dyche, yeah, there we go. I said it. But yeah, really good manager, and it's just when he will move on from Burnley, because in my opinion and many of us, he is too good for Burnley. And if he's going to want to spend the next 5 years just trying to survive relegation with the team, because in my opinion it's not really going anywhere, but I have heard that Burnley midway through the season had a takeover, didn't they? So let's see in the summer if Burnley actually get some back in the transfer market and actually can improve their squad to try and push for the top 10 in the Prem. I think that will be what all Burnley fans want this season, to try and push on. But I didn't get that one spot on. I got 3 points out on that one. 13th, and this is where I really messed up on one of them. I predicted West Brom. Of course, they did end up going down. I thought when I made these predictions, you know, Sam Allardyce never got relegated till now, but they are. I think the likes of Sam Johnston probably will go. Mateus Pereira, he's been really good this season for West Brom, although they went down. I think Leeds are sniffing about for him. And of course Sam Allardyce has left West Brom now in the Championship. He will not be managing them. They've been linked with Chris Wilder, but I'm not too sure if the deal has been completed yet. I don't think it has. Interesting for West Brom now, it's all about bouncing back, but the thing is with bouncing back, you don't want to become a yo-yo club. You want to get to the Prem, survive relegation, push on. It's easier said than done, of course it is, but yeah, it's really tricky for West Brom at the moment. But next season in the Championship, let's see how they do. If they can get the quality in the Championship, bring it up to the Prem, keep the core, add a few additions here and there, they should be good for 2 seasons time, let's hope, for West Brom. In 12th, I did end up putting Wolves. They actually finished 13th, so not the worst prediction. I got them basically there. But of course, Nuno's gone. A big part of the, well, I wouldn't say the failure at Wolves, but because last season they finished like 8th or 7th, you know. The reason they didn't finish that high this season is because the loss of Diego Jota, Jimenez through injury, it sort of didn't really help. Nuno's gone, so it's going to be interesting this transfer market to see who replaces him at Wolves. I'm not too sure if that's been confirmed yet, who is going to be the new Wolves manager. But it's a good job for the Premier League to try and push on into the Europa League spots. Because, last 2 seasons they were doing that. Just this season they slipped away without Diego Jota and Raul Jimenez. But next season I think Wolves can be right back up there with Raul Jimenez. And hopefully a few new signings and a new manager, of course. I think the like of maybe someone like Roberto Martinez would probably do well at Wolves. I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comments who you think would do a good job at Wolves next season. In 11th, I predicted Aston Villa. Guess where they finished? It was only 11th, wasn't it? It was indeed. So, Aston Villa finished in 11th. Bang on the money, that one. Very happy. It was a good season, to be honest. Jack Grealish was injured for a little bit. The likes of Martinez did really well. Ollie Watkins, of course. Ross Barkley. They had that 7-2 win early on in the season against Liverpool. And they were in the top 6, I do believe, for a little bit of time in the Premier League. They slipped away, of course. They could have made it into Europa League, but just couldn't get over the line in the end. But for Aston Villa, 11th is a really good season for them after just about surviving last season. So good for Aston Villa next season. They need to improve on that again. Try and get into the top half, of course. But promising signs at Aston Villa. In 10th, I did put West Ham. Last season had a really shaky season. This season, complete opposite. David Moyes come in at the back end of last season, helped them survive. This season he's done incredible. They finished 6th in the table. I didn't think that they would continue and push into 6th. I thought they would slip away just at the end. They sort of did, but in the other way, they sort of didn't, because they got 6th, of course. But I didn't really explain that really well, did I? But anyway, yeah, good season for West Ham on the whole, and promising signs as well for them for the future. In 9th, I did put Southampton. They, of course, finished 15th, so not the best season for Southampton. I think a lot of people put Southampton to finish 9th. But, yeah, Southampton, will they lose 9-0 again next season? That's the question. They've conceded 18 goals in 2 games against Leicester and Man United over 2 seasons. And 2 matches, so insane stat there, but yeah, Southampton, never know really what to expect. Good first half of the season. They were actually top of the league for a few days, a few weeks apparently, at the top of the Premier League for the beginning of the season, which was insane. I can't get my words out what's happening. But yeah, they slipped away, and next season could go either one or 2 ways. They have a good season, get back up to mid-table, top half, or they could be in a relegation fight, and I'm not too sure which way it's going to go. We'll have to see how the transfer window goes for Southampton. In 8th, I did think Everton were going to finish there. They finished 10th, and Carlo Ancelotti has ditched them for Real Madrid. The home record is what really hurt Everton this season. Not that good at home. And if they won half their home games that they lost, they probably could have been top 4. It's no hiding it. Yeah, tough one for Everton. We'll have to see what the transfer window holds, because no Carlo Ancelotti. That means a few of the players that were there this season probably going to go. Nuno's been linked to the Everton job. Be interesting to see who gets it. To be honest, I'm not too sure. Will Steven Gerrard, of course, he's been linked as well, but will he want to leave Rangers when he's just won the league? It's a tough one, and of course he plays for Liverpool, so he could actually just try and ruin Everton. Let's see how harsh Steven Gerrard is if he does get the job. I think it's incredibly unlikely he's going to go to Everton though, because he loves Liverpool. We all know that. In 7th, I did predict Arsenal. They finished 8th. Not a good season for Arsenal. Let's just leave it at that, really. I don't think Arsenal fans need me to talk about their league. More focus was on the not the Champions League. They'd love to be in the Champions League, the Europa League, but they went to the semi-finals. Imagine if they won the Europa League, that would be insane, but it was Valencia in the end. No, Villarreal, I keep getting those two mixed up. Wow. But Arsenal, poor season. Next season, they need to improve. They need to be in the top 6 at least, you know. They are a top club. They're not filling the potential at the moment, so they need to step up. They've got a lot of promising youngsters, though, which is exciting for Arsenal. In 6th, I put Chelsea. I don't know what I was thinking, really. They ended up winning the Champions League, but this prediction was made when they had Frank Lampard. He wasn't actually doing that bad of a job, to be honest, but he wasn't doing as good of a job as the board wanted, obviously. Tuchel's come in, and next season they're going to be pushing for the title. They beat Man City in the Champions League final to win it, absolutely insane, and they finished 4th as well, which is brilliant for Chelsea. Only promising things happening at Chelsea for next season. Tuchel, though, he's going to release, I've heard, or sell a few players that we think are good, because apparently don't suit his style of play. People like Zappacosta, Emerson as well, I think Tammy Abraham, so some really good players gonna leave Chelsea this season, this summer transfer window. So a few bottom half Premier League clubs could be in for a few really good players in the summer. In 5th, I did predict Tottenham. They actually finished 7th, so 2 places off on that one. Really shaky season for Tottenham, to be honest. Jose Mourinho had them top of the Premier League for a few weeks. He reached the Carabao Cup final, and a few days before it, Jose left. He walked because of all the stuff in the Super League. Not the best season for Tottenham. It seems better that they finished in 5th. It could have been worse, but yeah, I'm not too sure. Kane's looking to leave. Not sure if Son will follow in his footsteps, but really interesting summer again for Spurs. And of course, going to need a new manager. Antonio Conte's been linked. Mauricio Pochettino is reportedly asked to leave PSG in the summer to join back at Tottenham. I don't know why Tottenham left Mauricio Pochettino in the first place. He's an insane manager. Led them to the Champions League final and then get sacked. Done a bit harsh there. But, you know, next season will be really hard to predict for Tottenham. We'll have to see what the summer holds for them. In 4th, I thought Liverpool were going to finish there. Finished 3rd. What? They had a terrible season. There's no hiding it. But in the final few weeks, they just come flying out and finished 3rd. I can't believe it. You know, honestly, I thought they were going to finish outside the top 6. Everton could have finished higher than them at a few points, but no, Liverpool just kept winning games towards the end of the season, and they finished 3rd. So do not think that you're not going to have a good season even if you messed up halfway through. Liverpool is the inspiration for that. Insane. I'm not too sure. Next season they'll have Virgil van Dijk back. They've already signed Konate from a German club, I think. I'm not too sure which one it is. I think it's Leipzig. I'm not too sure on that one though. Yeah, we'll have to see next season with Liverpool. Not too sure how it's going to go. I don't think they'll challenge for the title, but I think they'll definitely be top 4. But overall, good season for Liverpool, you know. Not the best overall, but they finished 3rd, so what can you say? 3rd finished. In 3rd, I predicted Leicester. They finished 5th, and they won the FA Cup for the first time in their history. Insane. I think that's really made up their season for finishing 5th. They were in the Champions League spots for all of the season basically and slipped off on the final day against Spurs. Heartbreak for them. And even if Chelsea did slip out the top 4, they would have still be in Champions League football next season because they won the Champions League against Man City, of course. But you know, Leicester really hard on them, but they won the FA Cup, so yeah, not a bad season. Next season, though, I think they need to finish top 4. But it's going to be really tough next season. In 2nd, I did predict Manchester United to finish there. What happened? Manchester United finished in 2nd. That's, I think, the 3rd one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's the 3rd one. This video I've got spot on, bang on the money. Man United. I don't think they'll be winning the league with Solskjaer. Could be wrong. Fernandes, of course, been really good for them this season. A lot of penalty goals as well, though, which everyone is obsessed about talking about. Could have been a much better season if they won the Europa League. Of course, David De Gea missing that penalty. Not much else to say about Man United apart from go again next season. Hopefully, they win a bit of silverware. Top of the league, the winners, the title winners, Aguero's Man City. Not anymore. He has left, and of course, like 8 years ago, he said in a newspaper article, not leaving Manchester City till we win the Champions League. That promise was broken. Aguero doesn't stick to his promises, but to be fair to him, you know, he's been at Man City for ages. He's been insane for them. It's not going to be the same without him. At Man City, he's now gone to Barcelona. But you know, really sad to not see Aguero in the Premier League anymore. But brilliant player, and he's now gone to Spain to join Barcelona and maybe win the Champions League there. But you know, of course, he would have loved to left it with Man City. That would have been his dream, to be honest. And I think everyone wanted him to win it with Man City because of the fairy tale ending, but it didn't quite happen. But guess what? That's the fourth prediction in this video. I got bang on the money. So, the total, as I said at the start of the video, I was doing a points total for everyone got right. So of course I got 4 right. In a 2019-20 season, I only got 1 right. That was Man United. So I got Man United spot on for the 2nd season running. Last season they finished 3rd. This season 2nd. Is 21-22 season Man United to win the league? Who knows? But this season I got 4 right. So that's an improvement of 3, of course. In the 19-20 season, my point tally was 64. This season, it was 43, so we've improved by 21. And I think that's the lowest. I've watched a load of YouTubers reacting to their Premier League predictions videos. They've had about, I think, 50 is like the lowest or something. I think Spencer FC got like 46, so I got 3 better than him. Insane. So I think I get the crown for the king of predictions. Do I not? I'm not too sure. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Smash the like if you have or haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. As I said, we've got a few more videos coming out before the Euro starts. And then watch longs for most of the Euro games. Cannot wait. Really excited. And I'll see you in the next video very soon. Take care guys. Goodbye.